welcome to my first book review video. I'm really excited to be doing book reviews. I love reading and I really have a passion for it, so I'm hoping by doing these book reviews you can see what I like and offer me some of your, in the comments kind of say books that you think I should read. Hopefully that'll give me a bit of a broader variety of books. Today I'm going to be doing a book review on Demon Road by Landy. But before I start my book review on Demon Road, I just want to explain my 3 steps to how I'm going to do my book reviews. The first thing I'm going to do is read the blurb and the first paragraph of every book that I'm going to be reviewing, just to give you a rough idea of how it's written and what the story is about. I'm going to try and do these reviews so there's no spoilers, because I don't think it's very nice when you watch a review and there's a few spoilers in there. My second thing will be my likes and dislikes of the book, again without giving away any spoilers. If there is going to be any spoilers, I shall write it in the description that's below me. And third, I'll give it a rating out of 5 books. 0 books being rubbish, 5 being the best book I've ever read. I have dyslexia, I just want to say that right now, so my reading is not my strong point. I find it quite difficult to read and I find it consuming. However, I do really enjoy it. So I'm hoping this book, by doing book reviews, it'll encourage me to read a bit more and hopefully will help with my English and my spelling and punctuation and stuff in my university course. So like I said, the first book review I'll be doing is on Demon Road by Landy. This is a new book, the first book in a new series by Landy. He did write the Skullduggery Pleasant series, which I thoroughly enjoyed, and I've read all apart from the book that has the little short stories, and I've not got around to reading that one yet. Probably do a review on it at a later stage. So I'm going to read the blurb first for you, which is in the inside cover as it's a hardback. So, right here. For anyone who ever thought their parents were monsters, Amber Lamont is a normal 16-year-old. Smart but insecure, she spends most of her time online where she can avoid her beautiful aloft parents and their weird friends. When a shocking encounter reveals a horrifying family secret, Amber is forced to go on the run. Killer cars, vampires, undead serial killers and red-skinned horned demons. Amber's hurtles from one threat to the next, revealing the terror woven in the very fabric of her life. As her parents close in behind her, Amber's only chance rests with her fellow travellers, who are not all what they appear to be. So when I read that myself, that hooked me straight away. It sounded like the kind of book I'd really enjoy. A bit of fantasy, a bit of adventure, a bit like... I like the idea that she's on the run from her parents. I thought that was quite different. I'm going to read the first paragraph, which gives away not much of a spoiler because it obviously says it in the first paragraph of the book, so it's not a major plot point of the book. So I don't think it ruins the story in any way, shape or form. Chapter 1. 12 hours before Amber Lambert's parents tried to kill her, she was sitting between them in the principal's office, her hands in her lap, stifling all the things that she wanted to say. And that is it. So that 2-bit gives you a little bit idea of the book. So the first thing, as I said, is my likes and my dislikes. I loved the characters in this book. I found them really relatable. I liked the way that Derek had written about them, as made you write about them in such a way that you could imagine them how you would like them to be. So how I imagine Amber is probably quite different to how somebody else imagines Amber. He gives you just enough description that you can imagine a character, but leaves out enough that you can make it into your own kind of character. I love the mystery behind her travelling companion when you first start reading the book. I found that really fascinating, trying to work out who he was and why he was all mysterious, and then when you finally find out, you're a bit like, oh yeah. I mean, you work out pretty quickly who he is when they start mentioning bits about him, like to the side, but you don't get confirmation until near the end, and then when you get that confirmation, it's like, oh yeah, well yeah, I worked that out, but I thought I might have been wrong. I like the random comic relief character that's thrown in about a quarter of the way through, who turns out to be a bit more than what you'd expect from the character. I thought that was really good. I liked the fact they threw him in. And he really adds to the story arc, and it really makes you see things through Amber's point of view. The second thing I really liked about the book was the way you're introduced to the new world and the new characters as if you're Amber. It's not written from Amber's point of view, it is just written as a third person point of view, but you feel like you're Amber and you're doing that travelling and you're doing that journey and you're going along with them. So as she learns new things, you learn them as well, and you start to put things together as she's starting to put them together, and I found that really fascinating. I found that a really enjoyable way of reading because I like that kind of reading style. I loved the fast-paced energy of the book. I really struggled to put it down. There was times it was like 4 or 5 in the morning and I was like, I need to put this book down, but the way the chapter ended would be like, oh, but now I want to read on and I want to know what's going to happen next. I love when a book does that to me. I find it really the best thing ever because that makes me feel like, oh yeah, I want to do that. I want to read more. At the same time though, you're a bit like, come on, it's 4 in the morning, give me a break, I want to put the book down. I did finish it at like 5:30 in the morning one morning because I had like 10 chapters left and I was like, I'll just read them. But yeah, it's that kind of a book. I'm really looking forward to the next one. After reading this one, I can't wait to read the next one. It leaves it on such a cliffhanger that you're like, oh, come on! I don't actually own the next one yet, so I'm going to have to go out and buy it when I get paid, and then hopefully we'll do a book review on it in a few weeks because I plan to read it quite soon after getting it. My only dislike, and this is probably going to be a controversial point, is all the mythological characters. I like them. I like the way he writes about them, but at some points it feels like they're just being thrown in the story for the sake of having them in the story. You have demons, you have a shining demon, you have a horned demons, you have winged demons, you have a man that just studies mythological things, you have a black death spot, you have children that kill people, you have a mysterious killing car, you have vampires, you have witches. I think there's probably some more I'm missing, but it's just at the end seems a bit like, oh, here's another witch, oh look, there's a vampire. It's a bit like, oh, okay, well duh. And makes you kind of think, well, if Amber's never noticed any of these before, how? Because they're quite clearly in the open in some of the villages and stuff. It's quite obvious what they are, and it's a bit like, well, how has this not already got out into in the media? I mean, Facebook's around and social media's around at the time. She uses the online chat room at one point. So that was a bit like, oh, okay, so nobody knows about these things existing. Bit weird. I love the witch. The way he writes about the witch and the way he describes her is not at all how you think of a witch. I love it. I think it's a brilliant way of making witches new. I really enjoyed reading about the witch, and that whole couple of chapters was really gripping and thrilling. I would say this is aimed more at older teens and young adults. There's a lot of description there. It's quite gory. I wouldn't want a young person to be reading it. They describe quite in detail how she hurts people, or dead bodies at one point are described quite detailed to the point where I was feeling a bit like, I feel a bit sick now. Yeah, great. Yeah, so that is my book review on Demon Road by Derek Landy. 4 out of 5 books. I loved it to pieces and I cannot wait to read the next one. If you have any comments that you would like to make about Demon Road, if you've read it, please comment below. If you liked this video, please like and subscribe. And if there's any books you think I should read, because from what I've already reviewed of this one, please comment them below. My next book review will be on Harry Potter and the Cursed Child by J.K. Rowling and a few other authors. I can't remember all their names. I'll obviously, when I do my book review, make sure that I say who they are. Thank you, and I hope you enjoy my video. Bye bye!